The second word today, okay, is the word parties, conform, decision. Okay, these are the three words that I need you guys to practice. Here, right? Here. Conform. Conform. Don't ever think of the word conform like comfortable. It's nothing about the feeling of being comfortable. It is about abide by. This is the synonym with the word abide by. So don't ever be tricked by the word, which has a little bit similarity in the way that they pronounce. Conform, the same as the words abide by or comply with. Here we have another word that is party. Party or parties. Party is not like I will have a party or I will set up a party in a hotel, in a restaurant, and my friends are gonna visit, are gonna join the party with me because we are celebrating our graduation ceremony. No, it's nothing like a party like this. So here we have two kinds of situation: party in a contract, and the second situation that is party is like you are gonna celebrate, okay, a special ceremony. People say that, how do I use the word celebrate? You say celebrate a birthday, celebrate, okay, your wedding, but that is not enough. Celebrate birthday, okay, birthday what? Wedding what? People love to use the word ceremony after a name of the party. Like, I am gonna celebrate my graduation ceremony. So please don't forget to use the word ceremony. Graduation ceremony, wedding ceremony. If you are already married to a man or woman in your life, or get a birthday ceremony. All right. Birthday ceremony. What is the difference between a birthday party or a birthday ceremony? When you use the birthday party, it means you just want to have fun. You just want to celebrate the day when you are born into this earth, okay, living as a human being. But when you use the word birthday ceremony, ceremony is a much more formal word. It's like a very big and a very formal, very polite party. It is nice, okay. It is nice, expensive, and okay, fantastic place that is ceremony. You can hold a party at your home. You can hold a party at, okay, the yard of a school, but you have to hold a ceremony in a 5-star hotel or at least 3 or 2-star hotel. That is the difference. Here, conform. Parties contract. Why do we need to have contracts? The topic, the second topic here. Topic. Why do we need to have contracts? It's, the questions looks very simple, but it's very hard, very complicated for you guys to answer, right? So I'm gonna be the first one. First, I don't want to work based on contracts because I'm so lazy to compose a contract. I'm very lazy to compose contracts because if I have to compose a contract, I have to ask my secretary to list down the keys for me, and then she, okay, needs to use Microsoft Word service to write a contract on a computer. And then after that, I have to review all the terms, okay, all the terms in the contract or all the articles in the contract. So I'm such a lazy person. I don't want to do such work. So that is why I don't want to have a contract. But these days, if you want to run business, people will require you to have a contract. People will require you to have a contract, and they ask you to conform. They ask you to conform all the terms written in the contract. If you don't conform the rules in the contract, you will violate the contract. Violate the contract. And people, okay, usually try not to violate the contract, because if they violate the contract, they will pay the fine, or they will be compensated for their violation, for the contract violation. So that is why people respect contracts. After they sign the contract, people respect the contract, and people will try to follow everything that they have already signed. So here, party, there usually are two parties in the contract, like party A, party B. The person who provides business and the person who receives business. So we have two parties in the contract. And instead of this word, people will use another word, which is sign. We have two signs in the contract, like side A or side B. And here, if you are side A or side B, after you read the contract, you have to sign your name on the contract, and you have to provide your personal information for people to input in the contract. So the contract will show your personal information, will show your identity card number, will show your address, will show your QR code of your identity card. So that is what a contract, okay? The contract will include your personal information, and the most important information, that is your QR code of your identity card. So you have to be careful before you sign the contract. If you cannot conform the rules, or if you cannot conform the terms in the contract, don't sign the contract. Or else, okay, or else. We have the word or else, the same as the word if not, or else. If not, don't sign the contract if you cannot conform the terms in the contract. If you cannot conform the terms in the contract, you will pay the fine, or else you will be sent to prison. Okay, here we have the word like be sent to the prison. You will be sent to prison, or you will be sued. You will be sued, or you will stand in court. So these are the consequences for people who cannot conform the terms in the contract. So here. Ở đây thì mình đang có từ conform và comply with, nó bằng nghĩa với từ abide by. Một số chữ đọc giống như chữ khác, conform nó giống comfortable, nó không có liên quan luôn, cho nên đừng có bị lừa nhé. Conform này nghĩa là tuân thủ, và party được gọi là bên A bên B, hoặc là side cũng là bên. Mình đang nói về cái hợp đồng, thì tại sao mình muốn có hợp đồng, cần có hợp đồng, thì mình phải nhớ đến cái nguồn. Ví dụ như bây giờ mình muốn có hợp đồng, bây giờ làm sao mới có hợp đồng, thì lại nói miệng không, mình phải soạn hợp đồng. Như vậy cái từ soạn thảo là gì, phải nhớ đến từ compose. Soạn hợp đồng là soạn cái gì, là soạn những cái điều khoản cho hợp đồng. Thì đây mình đang có cái từ điều khoản là terms trên từ số nhiều, hoặc là articles trên từ số nhiều. Thì trong cái hợp đồng, cái thông tin mà chính nhất là người ta sẽ có cái thông tin cá nhân, personal information, hoặc là gọi là cái mã QR code, cái mã QR của cái căn cước công dân của mình. Trong hợp đồng, sau khi ký hợp đồng thì người ta sẽ yêu cầu mình phải tuân thủ theo những cái điều khoản trong hợp đồng, mình phải tuân thủ theo nha. Nếu mà mình không tuân thủ theo thì sao? Nếu không tuân thủ theo thì người ta sẽ nói là mình vi phạm hợp đồng. Khi vi phạm thì phải trả tiền phạt. Thì mình đang có cái từ tiền phạt rất là hay đây. Tiền phạt đây, trả tiền phạt nè. Cách nói thứ hai thì mình đang có cái từ là compensated. Đây là động từ to be mà cộng chữ có by đi là biết cấu trúc bị động rồi nha. bị phạt cho cái sự mà vi phạm hoạt động, hoặc bị bỏ tù nè, hoặc bị kiện nè, hoặc là phải hầu tòa. Thì đây là những cái từ mà tương đối căn bản để cho mấy bạn nắm bắt trước khi mà mấy bạn đi sâu xa hơn. Thì tại sao mình cần có hợp đồng? Đây là cái chủ đề chính nha. Thì đây là những cái ý tưởng mà để cho mấy bạn phát triển ra. Cấu trúc thứ hai thì mình đang có cái từ rất là hay là or else, có nghĩa là nếu không. Mấy bạn cứ nói ra một cái tình huống rồi mấy bạn cuối cùng mấy bạn chốt nếu không thì cái gì nó xảy ra. Giống như là tôi đi chơi, nếu không tôi sẽ phát điên lên, tôi không không thích ngồi một chỗ, nhưng bây giờ tôi phải ngồi một chỗ, nếu không tôi sẽ không thể hoàn thành cái dự án này. Đó là cái chữ or else và nếu không. Ở đây mình đang có những cái từ giống như là party, ok. Party, nghĩa thứ hai của nó được gọi là một cái buổi tiệc. Thì nói đến buổi tiệc thì người ta sẽ nói đến cái chữ tổ chức. Thì mấy bạn đừng quên nha, những cái từ như tổ chức giống như là từ chữ thứ nhất, tổ chức những cái gì mà nó bình thường thì người ta sẽ dùng từ tổ chức những cái gì mà nó lớn lao thì người ta sẽ dùng từ organize. Vì vậy khi mình tổ chức thì mình, tại sao tổ chức thì mình phải có một cái từ mình ghép vô mới ra được một cái tình huống là mình ăn mừng. Thì người ta hay nói là ăn mừng sinh nhật, nhưng mà thiếu ăn mừng một cái buổi lễ sinh nhật. Cái từ ceremony là cái từ trang trọng. Một cái buổi lễ nó trang trọng hơn buổi tiệc. Tiệc là đến đó ăn một vui chơi thôi, lễ thì mình sẽ làm lễ rồi mình sẽ làm những cái hình thức nó sẽ trang trọng hơn, giống như là ăn mừng buổi lễ tốt nghiệp, ăn mừng buổi lễ gọi là đám cưới, thì ăn mừng buổi lễ sinh nhật. Đó là cách mà mấy bạn phát triển ý. Và đừng bao giờ bị lừa bởi cái phát âm nha. Nếu mà mình quên phát âm thì phải dò từ điển, không thôi là mình sẽ mất luôn cách phát âm đó nha. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys like 3 minutes for your idea preparation, and after that I'm gonna ask you to speak up. Let's start to prepare ideas for 3 minutes only. Show me your situation, please. Gracie first. Three minutes speaking.
My sister have a graduation ceremony.
This is ceremony.
This is a super special event to celebrate her finished the school. And in this ceremony have a special rules is you just use your you just use your real card on your identity card.
Please. First, in this ceremony have a special something, right? Here you have a sentence like this. In this ceremony have, okay, for example, have a special thing. This is not a right way to say có in English. If you use have, you have to have people, okay, with the word have, or people with the word has. Have and has only used for people or animals, okay, people or animals. But if you want to use có, okay, like this, when you talk about a place or you talk about a thing, so please remember Vietnamese nơi này có, okay, trong này có. That is Vietnamese, still Vietnamese, but here we use there is or there are. There is something or there are something. So if you want to say, okay, if you want to say a place has or those places have, please use there is or there are in your sentence. Please be careful. Please be careful. On here, okay, the next one, okay, we have, all right, so let's move on. Please remember to fix your grammar. This is a common mistake of yours. You usually make mistakes when it comes to have or has. Please remember, people have. We don't say a place have. In the school has, or in the cinema have, never. We say in the cinema there is, in the restaurant there are. For example, never, have, and has, 4 places. So please, okay, continue presenting.
In this ceremony, there is a special rule. This is you just use your QR code on our identity card. You can go to this ceremony because they scan it to make sure we are supposed to be there.
They
That's
scan it. Yeah, right. They scan it. When you are speaking and your example is too long, whenever you want to use it like a fake subject, don't use it, because the listeners might forget your true point. So instead of using it, please use the word QR code again. This is QR code. QR, please pronounce the letter Q as clearly as possible. So they will scan the QR code to make sure the invited attendants, the invited people will come to the party as scheduled or as expected. We have the word, you can use both 3 ed to make it an adjective. So in this case, I use the word the invited people. It is so simple. So I use another word that is the invited, okay, the invited attendees, okay, the invited attendees. So here, okay, the invited attendees should appear, should show up at the party, but they are late or they forget to come. So that is why, okay, people need to scan the QR code in order to see whether you are invited to the party or not. So here we have the word show up or appear or come. But these are, okay, the 3 words which have the same meanings. And next we have another word that is scan the QR code. Why do we need to scan the QR code? We have the word like people will use a scanner. A scanner. Scanner is a machine, okay? They hold a scanner in the hand and they will scan the QR code, okay? Scan is an action verb. To check whether you are invited to the party or not. So when you use the word scan, you need to show me the situation. Why do they need to scan? You have to be more detailed into the situation, all right? So let's move to Bill again. When you speak, please speak loudly so the microphone will be able to record your voice and your accent. So let's start, Bill. 3 minutes for your speaking.
For huge organizations, people in those organizations need some contracts with another side by side to ensure that they can display their beliefs and their terms and article in the contracts. People who violates the contract, they have to yeah.
All right, I'm gonna help you. So okay, let's pick up this branch of idea. And here we are gonna make situations based on the branch violate the contract. Here is the branch of idea. I want you guys to pay attention to violate the contract. Okay, please be careful with this branch of idea. Violate the contract. Why? What do I exactly do to violate the contract? Violate, not violate or violate. We have three words. Violate, okay, violate, violate action verb. People are gonna think of another word, which is violate, okay, and another one that is violet, okay. This violet is a color, okay, is a color. So violins is a musical instrument. Play violin, and violate is an action. Okay, people will use violate as an action in business, at work, or in their life. Here, I'm gonna use the branch, this branch, to make a situation violate the contract. I sometimes, guys, sometimes I really want to violate the contract because I don't want to teach that student, or I don't want to help that person to be successful in English, because it's so hard to get that person think in the right way. And that student doesn't want to study. That student just wants to go out to have fun and just wants to get to be off classes. So somehow I want to violate the contract. I want to terminate the contract, but I cannot tell my customer that I want to terminate the contract. Of course, they will disagree with me. They will ask me to calm down. They will ask me to continue to work for them. So some people, they choose to violate the contract. It means they will stop without anybody's permission. They will end the contract without the meeting with another party. In the contract, there are two parties, okay, that person and me, for example. And if I violate the contract, I will terminate. Okay, we use the word, a very nice word, terminate. Terminate, end the contract. Terminate is a very negative word. When you use end the contract, it sounds positive, but it still has a very bad meaning. It means you want to stop, okay, you want to stop the contract. So you want to violate the contract, you terminate the contract without the meeting with another person. Here, if you terminate the contract without agreement, okay, without agreement, without the agreement from another party, for example, from another party, you will pay the fine. The most, okay, the lightest fine that you have to pay, that is pay the fine, like pay 50% of money in the contract, or pay 40% of the money that you signed in the contract. And the second heaviest fine that you have to pay, that is, you have to be sent to the prison. Here again, I use the word the lightest fine, or the lightest fine, the lightest punishment. It means in fact lightest.
That word.
Or the heaviest, nặng nhất, right? The heaviest fine or punishment. In fact, nặng nhất. the heaviest fine, the heaviest punishment, the lightest fine, the lightest punishment. So these are the words that for you to that you can use for the idea of violate the contract. So here, if I violate the contract, that is one thing that I do to violate the contract, to be against the contract. I use the word violate a lot. I can use another word that is to be, okay, I am against the contract, against something. When you are against something, it means, okay, you oppose that thing. I am against the contract. I am, okay, I am opposed to the contract, or I terminate the contract, or I violate the contract. All right, and here, yeah, it's like 7:59 already. We still get there. There is not much time for us. So after you get my ideas for the branch violate the contract, what I need you guys to do this evening, please try to make a short presentation video and please send to me. That is it. 8 right now it's 8 p.m. So it's so quick. Time is so quick these days. All right, y'all. Crazy, right? Crazy Bill. Okay, thanks a lot for this class. See you in another class. Bye bye. Very fast.